Have you ever wondered why, even though you take care of your diet, exercise and do everything right, your legs seem to be getting weaker? Why does climbing stairs seem increasingly difficult? Or why now it takes you longer to get up from a chair? Is it just age? Or is there another silent factor hurting you? Get ready, because what I'm about to reveal now may surprise you. The problem is often not what you didn't do, but what you do every day thinking it's healthy. And this happens especially to those who are over 60. Most elderly people make a common mistake every day, with complete confidence, believing they are making the right choice. And why? Because they have always heard that fruits are natural, nutritious and good for your health. And many actually do. But here's a truth that almost no one talks about: not all fruit is suitable for those who are getting older. Believe me, some fruits which seem harmless and which you probably eat every week, can contribute to leg pain, joint inflammation and muscle weakness, making movements more difficult and balance more unstable. As we age, our body changes. Circulation is no longer the same, metabolism slows down, and what was once beneficial can start to be harmful, and this is the case with certain types of fruit. Some contain acids, natural sugars and compounds that disrupt blood sugar, increase joint inflammation and reduce leg strength. They seem sweet and healthy, but they are disguised traps on the plate of those who want to age healthily. And worst of all, this impact is slow and silent. You only notice when you start to feel pain in your calves, discomfort in your thighs or that strange stiffness in your knees after a simple walk. Today I will show you the 7 fruits that everyone over 60 should avoid, especially if you want to keep your legs firm, avoid pain and preserve your mobility. Even though they seem harmless, these fruits can compromise your quality of life. Once you know the truth, you'll never look at the fruit bowl the same way again. So, stay with me until the end if you want to keep your legs strong, stable and pain-free. Maybe your body has been waiting for this alert for a while. But before continuing, enjoy and subscribe to the channel and activate the bell. Here we talk openly about what few have the courage to say about health after 60. If you're watching and this video already made sense to you, comment below 1. If you are still in doubt, comment 0. Your opinion is very important. The first fruit to avoid: pineapple. Let's start with the first fruit on the list. It is famous for helping to fight inflammation, but for those over 60, the effect can be just the opposite. I'm talking about pineapple. Yes, it is tropical, juicy, refreshing and contains an enzyme called bromelain, known for its anti-inflammatory properties. But there is a detail that almost no one notices: pineapple is also extremely acidic and full of natural sugars. And for those over 60, these sugars, they're not that harmless. As we age, blood vessels become more sensitive. Spikes in blood sugar, even from fruit, can damage the small arteries that supply the legs and feet. The result? Compromised circulation, less oxygen reaching the muscles, and consequently, pain, tiredness, swelling and that feeling of heaviness in the legs after a simple walk. Have you ever stood up and felt that discomfort in your knees, that stiffness that doesn't seem to go away? Or have you ever had ankle pain, even after a whole day of sitting? Well, this may have more to do with what you eat than you think. Let's go back to talking about pineapple for a moment. In addition to being sweet, he is very acidic. And this acidity can irritate joints, especially if you already deal with inflammation or arthritis. It's like pouring gasoline on a fire. It further fuels that constant pain in your ankles, hips and knees. Some people even report feeling longer in their legs, heavy and powerless after eating pineapple, as if the energy was fading little by little. And if you use medicines, especially anticoagulants, pay extra attention. The bromelain enzyme, present in pineapple, can interfere with the action of medicines, making them stronger or weaker than they should be. But what really makes pineapple dangerous is this: he doesn't show immediate signs. The reaction is slow, subtle, and when you realize it, you are having difficulty moving like before. And the saddest part? Many elderly people eat pineapple thinking they are doing something good for their health, not knowing that it may be contributing to increasing weakness in their legs. So what to do? You don't need hate pineapple. But you need to be aware. If you experience persistent pain in your legs, unexplained swelling, or difficulty walking, it may be time to reevaluate what's on your plate. That's it. A fruit known for its anti-inflammatory effect can cause all this. Imagine what comes next. Second fruit: banana, the muscle imposter. The next fruit is loved by many. Soft, sweet and rich in potassium, banana, it is considered an ally for muscles and energy. They say it helps prevent cramps, improves physical performance and strengthens the body. But for those over 60, the story is different. Banana is rich in natural sugar and fast-absorbing carbohydrates. In other words, it does the blood sugar rise quickly, and over time this can impair insulin sensitivity. The result? Increased inflammation, compromised circulation, and increasingly tired legs. You may begin to feel pain when climbing stairs, heaviness in your legs after meals, and stiffness in your calves. And there's more. Bananas promote fluid retention, especially in those who already have heart problems. This causes swelling in the feet, ankles, and joints, all silently. You think you are strengthening your muscles with a banana, but in fact, it may be slowly sapping your strength. And the worst, without any immediate symptoms. Over time, the simple act of walking can become more difficult and painful. So, think twice when looking at the fruit bowl. If your legs are swollen, heavy, or painful, bananas may not be that friendly. Third fruit, grape, small but dangerous. Now, let's talk about a small fruit, but with a great potential to harm your joints, uva. They seem harmless, small, juicy, easy to eat as a snack, and reputed to be good for the heart, full of antioxidants. But there is a hidden side that few know about. For elderly people, grapes can cause leg pain, muscle stiffness, and joint inflammation. And why? Because they are rich in fructose, a type of sugar that in excess is processed by the liver and converted into fat and uric acid. When the liver can't cope, uric acid begins to accumulate in the joints, especially in the feet, ankles, and knees. And then the torment begins: burning, swelling, pinpoint pain in the toes, sometimes even at night. Have you ever felt that twinge in your toe when you're lying down? Or that sudden stiffness in your calves? It might just be a handful of grapes elevating your uric acid. And that's just the beginning. We have already seen that grapes may seem harmless, but they are true hidden sources of fructose, a type of sugar that promotes chronic inflammation. And when this accumulates, the result is always the same: slower movements, stiffness, and discomfort in the legs. The worst thing is that because they are small and easy to pinch, you end up eating 1, 2, 3 cups without even realizing it. And with that, blood sugar rises, silently but steadily. So even though they may seem like a healthy snack, the grapes can reduce your flexibility, cause swelling, and increase pain over the years. But it's not just the grapes. There are other fruits, equally tasty, that hide dangers for those who already feel heavy in the legs or have a history of joint problems. Fourth fruits, watermelon, the triaceous moisturizer. The next fruit is an old friend from hot days. Refreshing, sweet, and juicy. We are talking about watermelon. Everyone believes that it is great for hydrating. And it really seems harmless. It has few calories, lots of water, and almost no conscience. But be careful, watermelon has a very high glycemic index. This means that it acts on your body almost like candy, causing blood sugar spikes, especially dangerous for older people. And what do these spikes cause? Your body releases more insulin. However, with aging, the response to insulin is weaker and slower. The result: more inflammation, compromised circulation, and pain in specific areas. Where do you feel it? On the ankles, on the calves, on the knees. It's that tiredness right after eating. Mild pain when walking. The inexplicable swelling at the end of the day. Climbing stairs starts to feel like climbing a mountain. Watermelon is deceiving, light on the outside, but a trap inside, slowly draining your energy and wearing down your legs. And as it is refreshing, we end up eating more. One slice becomes 2, then 3, more sugar, more inflammation, more discomfort in the legs. So, the question is, does watermelon really hydrate? Or is every bite contributing to your daily tiredness and pain when walking? If your legs have been getting heavier lately, maybe it's time to rethink this natural moisturizer. Fifth fruit, orange, the health camouflaged acid. The next fruit is almost a symbol of health. It's in breakfast, in juices, in teas for immunity. The orange. It is loved, has a pleasant aroma, and yes, is rich in vitamin C. But behind this reputation as a healthy food, there is something that many don't know: a silent acid attack on the joints. Orange is rich in citric acid, a compound that, although natural, can be very aggressive for those who already suffer from joint pain, stiffness, or arthritis. Even in those without a diagnosis, excess can worsen silent inflammations. You can wake up with stiffer knees, persistent hip pain, that bad feeling in your legs after sitting for a long time. You might think it's just age, but maybe the daily orange juice is contributing to that. And the problem goes beyond acidity. Oranges have natural sugars which, combined with citric acid, cause glycemic spikes. This generates more inflammation throughout the body, especially affecting where circulation is weakest, such as the legs. In other words, what seems like a healthy habit may be feeding precisely the discomfort you want to avoid. Does every step you take feel heavier? More painful in the knees, ankles, or calves? It could be the silent inflammation spreading, and yes, even that breakfast orange could be behind it. In younger people, orange may not cause problems. But in those who already have slower circulation and more sensitive joints, the effect is different, cumulative, silent, and treacherous. And the hardest thing is this: you do this thinking you are taking care of yourself. You believe you are strengthening your immunity, when in fact, it may be fueling the pain you feel when climbing stairs. But let's talk about another fruit, one that has a reputation for being healthy because it appears green and light. Sixth fruit, green apple, the acid that strengthens your legs. Let's talk about green apple.
Crispy, pretty, less sweet.
Many people believe that it is the fit version of the apple. Low sugar, low calories, good snack. But what few know is that it can contribute to muscle and joint pain in older people.
As?
Two culprits: malic acid and hidden natural sugar.
1. Malic acid.
It is what gives that characteristic sour taste of green apples. And despite being well tolerated in young people, it can irritate the digestive system. Older people, whose intestinal mucosa is already more sensitive. And it doesn't stop in the stomach. Once absorbed, malic acid can irritate joint tissues.
Result?
Hip pain, feeling of heat in the feet, tight knees, especially after frequent consumption of the fruit. It's something that doesn't appear at first bite, but over time, accumulates and manifests itself in the form of constant discomfort.
2. Hidden sugar.
Even with its more acidic flavor, green apples still contains natural sugar. And this sugar, in those with a slower metabolism, causes glucose spikes and drops, which favor inflammation. The consequence could be cramps at night, tiredness in the calves, morning stiffness in the legs, weakness when climbing stairs. And there's more. As it is a practical and portable fruit, many people eat green apples raw, as a snack or even before bed. The problem is that this repeated habit keeps the body exposed to acid and natural sugar constantly. Part 5. The right choice can change everything. If a simple green apple can already cause discomfort, imagine a tropical fruit, sweet, juicy, and widely consumed during the summer. Yes, we are talking about manga. Seventh fruit, mango, the explosion of sugar that overloads your joints. Mango is soft, tasty, and almost irresistible. But behind this sweet and refreshing taste hides a serious problem for those over 60, excess natural sugar. And we're not talking about a little bit. We are talking about a real sugar bomb which, upon entering your body, triggers a spike in glucose, followed by a sudden drop.
The result?
Deep joint inflammation, especially around the ankles, hips, and knees.
You may feel
burning in the toes,
constant tingling,
swelling in the feet at night, feeling of heaviness in the legs when walking. And since mango seems light and healthy, it's common to eat one slice, then another, and without realizing it, you've already eaten the equivalent of several spoons of sugar. Your body, however, it doesn't react to the feeling of lightness, it reacts to sugar. Therefore, despite being natural, the sleeve may not be secure for those who already have compromised circulation or more fragile joints. But now comes the good news. There are fruits that do the opposite. What relieve your pain, improve circulation, and help your body regain strength. Let's talk about these therapeutic fruits, the ones that are really worth including in your routine. Fruits that take care of your body after 60. Red fruits, blackberries, raspberries, blueberries. They are rich in antioxidants, have a low sugar content, and fight inflammation, especially on the legs. They improve circulation and reduce swelling. Cherries, in moderation. They can help reduce uric acid, relieving joint pain and preventing gout attacks. A small portion already brings relief.
Avocado. Yes, it's a fruit.
Rich in good fats which lubricate your joints and reduce inflammation. It also helps keep glucose stable and provides continuous energy.
Papaya.
Excellent for digestion and light for those with a more sensitive system. Your natural enzymes reduce inflammation and facilitate bowel function. Pear, with a little fiber or protein. It has a mild flavor, is not heavy and does not generate sugar spikes. Provides constant energy without harming your legs.
These fruits do not ignite. They do not cause stiffness.
They help your body find balance.
You have the power of choice.
Getting this far shows that you care about your health, your independence, and your future. And I want you to hear this clearly.
There's still time. You can change.
Your body can improve. Aging is not the end. It's a new phase that calls for smarter choices, not extreme restrictions. Start with a fruit, an exchange, a conscious decision. You will notice less pain, more flexibility, lighter mornings, firmer steps. This here, it's not about fear. It's about freedom. If this video helped you, comment below what you learned and which fruit you will rethink from today. Your comment may inspire someone else. Click like if this message was useful. Sign up so you don't miss the next videos with practical guidance for your health. Activate the bell. And before you leave, tell me here. Enter 1 if the video was useful. Enter 0 if it wasn't. Your participation helps a lot. Always remember, your independence starts in your legs.
Take care of them.